to YOGATOBER day 11. My name is Sorsha and this is the space between. So for today's practice we're going to be exploring 3 of my favourite yoga transitions. When I say transitions, I tend to use these as fun ways to get up and down from my mat or from a specific posture or down into Shavasana. There are so many of these. I actually had like a massive list and I was going to do a really long video, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do 3 of my favourite ones. And then if you like these, feel free to comment below. If you have any that you know that you'd like to practice or learn, let me know again in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback. And if you like this video, then let me know as well, because I'll just do a couple of videos and I'll maybe just do 3 of my favourite ones per video, rather than a super long video with as many as I can think of. So enjoy. Please feel free to wear something comfortable. You won't need anything special for this practice. Yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, and please give me some feedback in the comments below if there's anything in particular you'd like to work or focus on. Thank you so much, guys. Yoga transition, we're looking at getting from a standing position down to the mat without having to just plonk ourselves down on the mat. So we're looking at a fun transition in between. Nicely explained, I know. So we're going to start with a yogi squat, which I think is malasana off the top of my head. I think that's what it's called in Sanskrit. So often I'll do this one if we've been doing maybe kind of a standing sequence with warrior positions, or maybe if I've been doing some sun salutations and then we finish the round, which I often do with my classes just to warm up, and then we're kind of in this position and I want to get down to the ground, and I want to do it rather than just sitting down. I want to be a little bit more imaginative with it. So this is where the yogi squat comes into play. So I will open up my feet a little bit wider than hip width, maybe kind of as wide as the mat. And I bring my hands to my heart. We'll take a few breaths here to begin with, so just bring the hands to the chest, the hands to the heart. Close the eyes, maybe just lift and spread the toes, getting a nice even weight distribution on the feet, really pressing away from the mat, from the earth with your feet. Just keep a softness to the knees. Tilt the tailbone so the tailbone is drawing towards the back of the mat, or just tilted under slightly, engaging deeper muscles in the core, lengthening the spine, roll the shoulders back, hands at heart center. The element of the heart, of Anahata chakra, is air, so just noticing the air washing over the fingertips, reminding us to be present. If you are interested in the chakras, I do have some videos for Muladhara, the root chakra, and also Ajna chakra, the third eye, on my channel already. And I am looking forward to filming the rest of the series. I just had well, life got in the way, what can I say, to be honest. So yeah, so if you're interested in that, then let me know down below. Maybe you have some practices you already do, but we will be exploring these in the future. So just noticing the air washing over the fingertips, reminding us to be present, feeling the beat of the heart. Squeaking. Lovely, and then when we're ready, we're just going to slowly start to sink down. So you can have the eyes open or closed. If you have them open, just have a little drishti point. Bring in some awareness there. Slow and controlled. Spine is nice and long. And allow the hips to sink down. I like to rock it out from side to side a bit. You might want to take a moment just to play with the width of your stance as well. It's going to be different for different people. Obviously I'm quite short, so my stance might be a little bit different if you're not vertically challenged, shall we say. And so I'm really working on opening up the hips here. And what I'm doing is with my arms, with my elbows, I'm kind of getting that little squishy bit. So we're not putting pressure on the knee, kind of getting the squishy bit. The squishy bit is the scientific terminology. the yogic philosophy behind this. No, so we're getting we're using the elbows to just push gently, and just encourages the hips to open. I'm trying to keep my spine long as I do this. We have a tendency to kind of arch our spine, so just opening up, grounding down with the toes. I love to lift and spread my toes and then place them down on my mat once more, grounding down from my tailbone, so my tailbone isn't in contact with the mat, but in my head I've got these lovely kind of shoots coming from my tailbone and grounding me down through my heart and my hips and my tailbone, and then my through the soles of my feet, but then my heart is lifted. So this is really nice for the heart chakra and Hatha, and also the root chakra at the tailbone, Muladhara chakra. It's a really nice kind of grounding into gratitude, which is potentially a video that we're going to be doing in a few days' time. And I like to think of some grateful things whilst I'm here as well. Just thinking of a few things you feel grateful for, or maybe someone you feel grateful for. You could give them some nice loving vibes and nice loving energy. Just giving thanks. If you find this really painful, by the way, you can always sit down and just bring the soles of the feet together instead, or you can bring the hands down here, find if this feels good, and you can even lift up the heels. This is quite a nice way to play, or you could transition between the two if you want to. Nice long spine. You might even want to put a blanket underneath the heels here just to lift them slightly. You might find this feels good. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, you're almost like you're diving into a nice, cool, refreshing pool. And lengthen out the arms, and then slowly bring the bum down onto the mat. Lovely. Okay, so this is bringing us nicely into our second transition. It's almost like I planned this. So for this one, we're going to be doing boat pose to Shavasana, which is actually quite a new transition for me. I haven't done it that many times, so I was like, I like this one. Sounds pretty good. So we're going to be engaging our core, which is always fun. And boat pose, we have a few different variations. I think I actually filmed this video a couple of days apart from the last one, but I think I looked at some a little boat pose sequence in the last video, Vibrant for Vata season part 2, I think was the boat one. So again, I'll link it below, and you can have a little explore if you quite like boat pose. But there's a variety of variations. There's a few variations of boat pose you can do. So we'll just begin by, again, we're kind of trying to find that balance on the sit bones, and also we tend to arch the spine. So really lifting the heart nice and tall, rolling the shoulders back and down, lengthening the spine, taking a big yawn apparently. And then hugging the thighs with the hands. Do a few ankle rolls if that feels good. Bring the big toes to touch, okay? Lift up the spine. You might be here today, that might feel good. Or you might want to lift. Again, lift the heart, find the balance. Use your drishti point, your focus point. I like to spread the toes here as well. You could even bring the arms out to join. Another option is really extending the legs and the arms, or the full expression. Engaging the core, sucking the belly towards the back of the spine, relaxing the shoulders. Okay, so from here, we go to the first expression. We're going to gently lower the upper body and the legs. Slowly and controlled, down to the mat for our Shavasana. So we have the feet are about almost like core muscles. I love it. What was I saying? So that was, sorry. So you can shimmy out the shoulders a little bit. I've got a wall here, so it's a bit harder to do, but necessary to get in the full shot for you guys. So My feet are just relaxed in the outer corners of my mat. My shoulders are shimmied open. I actually don't do this Shavasana very often because it hurts my lower spine, so I tend to bend my knees. So if you need to, you can be here too. That for me just feels amazing on my tailbone. So you can always come to here if that feels better. And then we would just be, let's do one more of these because like I said, it's quite a new one for me as well. And then I would just do my little boat pose. Actually, I think I'd probably hold on my thighs. Yeah, this is how I practiced it. And then I'd lift and find my balance. I was playing around with this one the other day and I feel like going from boat pose back was easy and then coming back up again I was like, how? Okay. See the moment to work this out. And that's okay. And then again you could look it lower. Lengthen the legs, might be easier first. Remember to breathe. And release. And obviously you can play around. I've been playing around with how long I can hold boat pose for. I haven't yawn. I haven't done this posture. I hadn't done this posture in quite a while. I remember doing it about last December time and having a lot of fun with boat pose. And then I just sort of stopped doing it a lot in my personal practice, so it's been nice to bring it back again. My students have been enjoying it as well. It's been quite good fun. We've been having a lot of giggles. So yeah, just enjoy it. It's a fun way to engage the core, and it's not about, we're not punishing ourselves by engaging the core. It's not about getting like six-pack abs. It's just a really great way to find some more core strength. And this is going to help you in so many other postures in yoga, with all your postures in yoga. So it's a lovely one to do. And like I say, you have a play around, find what variation you like. There's plenty more available online as well. So yeah, have a little play around for yourselves. All right then, so then from here, I'm just going to do a few rocks. This is like a bonus transition to come up. And I like to spin around onto my hands and my knees. So the last one I want to do with you guys is a Alasana step down, I guess this would be. This one you might want to watch the video twice for this little bit because it's I'm going to do my best to explain it. When I demo this in class, I always ask my students to watch me first, and then we have a go together, and then I go around and give adjustments because it's a little bit of a tricky one to get the head around. So the best thing to remember about this posture is that even though it doesn't look like it, my weight is all going into my upper body, and I'm really supporting myself with my upper body strength and also my core strength. So again, get out the boat poses if you need to. So it might look like there's a lot of weight on my feet. There's actually not. I don't really feel the weight on my feet. It's more for the balance that I'm engaging the feet. So I suggest you watch this through once, and then maybe just take a moment to go back with it, and then you could do just do this variation, this last transition, one more time. Might be a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to start in my downward facing dog. And then I'm going to take my, it doesn't really matter what foot, I'm just going to use, I guess my more dominant side is my right side. So I take my dominant foot and I am going to, almost like I'm hovering first of all, as if I'm about to maybe go into an arm balancing pose or more of a plank position. So I'm just going to hover a little bit, make sure I feel nice and grounded in my arms, and my hands are really pushing away from the mat. I'm feeling really strong in my upper body. I'm gently sucking my belly button towards my core, engaging my core. And then I'm going to lift my right leg up and I'm going to fold the toes. Not really fold the toes, sorry. So I'm going to flatten my toes is what I'm trying to say. So I'm flattening on the top of my toes. I think you can see, I'm hoping that you can. I know this is a bit of a tricky room to work with, but I'm just doing this with my foot. Okay, so if you watch first of all, right leg, push down in my hands, push down in my upper body, breathe in, left leg follows, nice and strong in my upper body, lower down, ready to meditate. So I'm really, like I say, really putting more of my strength and my weight, sorry, not my strength, I'm using the strength from my upper body and my core, and more of my weight is going there, and really the feet are being used more to help me to balance. Hopefully I've explained that well enough. If there's any questions about that last one, let me know in the comments, because it might be that I can find bit of a better way to explain it online or something, and share that with you guys. There might even be an article for it, or more of a step-by-step guide. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed these 3 transitions. Have a play with them. Let me know your favourite in the comment box below, and yeah, hopefully you get some enjoyment out of them, and they can help to strengthen your practice, or just make it a little bit more fun and experimental. It's okay to, you know, shake up your practice a little bit, and hopefully I do find that these help me to do that sometimes if I get into a bit of a rut with my practice. So bringing the hands to heart center. If you like, you could do a little boat pose now and then go down into Shavasana. I always recommend Shavasana a minimum of 5 minutes if you can, or as long as you've got spare today. So just to help yourself switch off and unwind from the practice. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Namaste.